Morning, everybody. Guess what? Heading back to school today. I'm getting excited, and yeah, it's just one of those strange things. So it's kind of early in the morning, not super early. I'm not like going back at like crazy early time, but today I thought I'd just take a few minutes and share with you guys some of the things that I do to get ready to go back to school. So I'll talk to you when I get there. See you later.
Hey. Dre, BTS all day. Come on. New year, new gear. New you, we going back to school. Come on. New year, new gear. New you, come on.
All right, made it in. So it's I dropped. Time to get my mask on and head inside, and then we can begin kind of chatting about back to school. Whew. Still getting used to this thing. There we go. All right, so I switched to one of my more favorite masks. One of the things I want to show you guys is what can you expect coming into school. So I'm here. Okay, you can see at what is going to be the grade 9, grade 11, and grade 12 entrance. So there's going to be a change up for a lot of people and where they're going to be coming into school. So the far end, way down there, is where the 7, 8s, and grade 10s will be going in. So let's take a look here and see what it's going to be like as we come into school. Now, as you can see, we've got some directional arrows that we're going to be asking you to follow. And I'll just take you down onto the elementary and so you can see well. We've got them marked all the way down so that you keep on the side. Now, another little thing, there's going to be marking on some of the bathroom doors to ensure that we only have 2 people in a bathroom at a time to maintain social distancing. Now it's busy here. The caretakers have been working all summer, so if you look right now, you can see there's a lot of stuff out in the hallways as our caretakers continue to work on preparing for the first day of school. Now, a couple little things that have changed. Mrs. Foster, our career and academic counselor, is now going to be here in the lounge. Because one of the things that we're going to have to limit is the amount of communal sitting spaces, as we're going to have to ensure that social distancing remains throughout the day. Another change we've made is the science labs. Now you'll see right now, they're completely bare. And one of the things we've done is taken out the old tables to ensure that we can have a larger teaching space within the classroom, to ensure that students can properly space out, because even though these rooms are huge, we had a space issue in here, the way the tables were set up. So we've redone both labs so that we can guarantee that students can be safe and spaced apart. Another big change to our day-to-day will be our office. Now you can see right now there's a giant white board there, but what's going in is what we call a Dutch door. That's a door that will be split about halfway down. Students will no longer, or parents, be able to come into the office. But instead, there's going to be a table outside where you can sign in, and there's going to be a few other things that will be there in case. We've also worked in the office in creating a quarantine space where if a kid is showing symptoms, they'll be able to be isolated from other students and people. We've also been training our staff in the use of PPE, so that in those situations, they're able to properly prepare to help deal with your son or daughter. Here I am standing in the art room. Now, you'll probably notice it's kind of changed a little bit. We've got ourselves a little wall built in here to ensure that we can have 2 distant classes, reducing sound, but more importantly, we've been working on kind of changing the ventilation in here to ensure that we have 2 safe teaching spaces. So one of the things I've been asked a bunch is, what are my top 3 recommendations for getting ready for back to school? Now, these will both focus on preparing for school and preparing for school in the age of COVID. Now, the first one deals with COVID, and that is getting used to wearing a mask. Now, a mask in many levels is, it's not the most comfortable thing, and it's taken me quite a bit to get used to wearing it. Now, I'm trying to find it here, I've been exploring different tools. So these are kind of like a mask holder. I bought this on Amazon, a pack of 10 for like $15. Not bad. And the other thing I got, which you have to wait to school to see because it's pretty sweet, is headbands with buttons on them. Now I flip around, but the important thing is finding a way that becomes comfortable. So here's my tip for you. Practice wearing a mask. It could be even something as simple, and I do this with my kids as well, watching Netflix or watching a show or something. Throw on your mask and just get used to it. Once you have it on for a while, it actually is not too bad. It's something you get used to quite quickly, but it just takes that practice. Don't let the first day of school be the first day you try to wear a mask for an extended period of time. The Alberta government has said that it will be providing some masks. We have to wait and see what that looks like. But what I strongly recommend is just take some time, get used to wearing it, and then when you come to school, bring a couple with you. That way, when you switch them, you don't have to kind of reuse them, and you can be a little bit safer. Now, it's also doing some research. In one of the emails we sent out to parents, we highlighted some safety ways of handling your mask, making sure you're not touching it, adjusting it, and finding something that's comfortable for you. I love my mask because it's got pizza. I'm not so sure about the mushrooms, but everything else is fantastic about it. Now, tip number 2 for getting ready for school. This one a lot of you are not going to like. Start getting ready with your sleep habits. I know sleep is important, and in many ways, most of you have been in like the dream 6-month sleep cycle of, I've heard some stories, my neighbor girls, they sleep until noon every day, and the school they go to starts at 8 o'clock. So I'd recommend that you start slowly trying to wake up a bit earlier, practice waking up to an alarm, and just kind of start building up that routine. Don't wait until the day of school to try and wake up early for the first time, because that's going to make it so much more painful. Our bodies, just like it is with exercise, sleep, it needs to train. And so you need to actually take some time, slowly build up some stamina to still slowly start waking up earlier. So I've actually started doing this for myself. I'm an old man, so I wake up fairly early, but I was sleeping until 8 o'clock. And so to get ready for my 5:45 wake up times, I've slowly been rolling back the time, and now I'm getting up at about 7. And over the next week, I'm going to slowly roll that back again, some more till about 6. And it's just getting in the routine. It's getting used to it. And then when I get up earlier, I reward myself with something like a delicious coffee or, thank you, Tim Hortons, something else like that. Now, third recommendation to get ready for school. So number 1, practice math. Number 2, sleep training, getting ready, pumping to sleep island. But number 3 is just as important. Start reading if you haven't been. Find a novel, sit down, and just get back into the routine of reading. I would strongly recommend, if possible, you read one of those paper books and just get used to kind of what that feels like. So, with all that being said, those are my recommendations for back to school. Just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. Now, lots of change, and no matter what, things are going to be different. In the next week or so, I'm going to be sending out a video that's just going to overview what's the first day of school going to be like. And so you can look forward to that, and we'll also send out the information in an email. But just to wrap up, one of the last changes that we've made is we've actually created 2 new classrooms. So this was what used to be the collaboration studio, and this is going to be Miss Pumber's classroom next year. And then on the other side of it, just through there, is Miss Kane's classroom. And so we're kind of excited to have kind of created 2 new classrooms, and then the Learning Commons is going to be now where the collaboration studio is. So we're working hard to create the safest, best environment we can as you return to school. All right, everybody. Hopefully you're going to enjoy these last couple of weeks of summer, have fun, and just remember, we'll see you in 2 weeks for school. Bye.